morning everyone, welcome back to the MCM Outdoor Show. In this short video I'm going to have a look at a piece of hiking equipment. It's a rucksack by Fjallraven and it's the Abisko Hike 35. There's not too many videos which I can see online which cover this pack, and I've had it for quite a while now. I do like the brand Fjallraven. I think they make quality stuff, and yeah, they make really good equipment. The last time I used the pack was on the couple of videos. It was the bivouac or the bivvy on Red Screes, and the wild camping with Walshy on Stickle Tarn. Went lightweight. It's a 35 litre rucksack and it fitted in everything which I required for that trip, including the typical MCM beer and wine consignment. I'll take you through a couple of specs about the pack as I'm going to just give you an overview. But the overall weight is 1400 grams. The material, as per a lot of Fjallraven's equipment, is the G1000 fabric. It also contains G1000 heavy duty eco. Like I say, it's a 35 litre pack, and it's basically designed, the sort of headline about it is it's a versatile day pack for cabin to cabin hikes and lightweight trekking. It's obviously not designed to carry massively heavy loads, but I think it's quite versatile and it did me well on my little walk. It's made from the G1000 fabric, which is obviously a canvas, but you can wax it and it's actually treated with the Fjallraven Greenland wax. You don't have to use their brand, you can use any wax, but you can apply that to the fabric to give it some water resistance, and I like that feature of it. Comfortable to carry with lightly padded shoulder straps, hip belt and a lightweight frame that keeps weight down. Slim profile and fit make it perfect for fast day trips, while also being spacious and stable enough to carry the gear you need for a couple of nights away. Practical for travelling as well. When it's empty it can be folded almost flat and packed into a larger bag. The main compartment is top loading, and an extra zipper on the right side gives quick access to contents. It's got a couple more features. Like I say, the fabric's waxed and it resists moisture, and you also get a rain cover with the pack. So that's enough rambling on. You've had a little bit of an overview. Let's have a little look in closer detail. So here's the actual pack itself. I'm sure you'll agree, this is in the olive green colour, but it's a nice looking pack, traditional looking pack. I like this design very much, and I was drawn to it as soon as I saw it. But I'll just give you a bit of a 360 look, so you can see the profile. It's great, some padding on the back there. We're going to go through this in much greater detail, and obviously you've got a hip belt and there's the side pocket we were talking about. But let's have a little closer look at the pack. So as you can see, you've got your lid here, your G1000 stamped on the material, and an iconic logo on the front which is sewn in nicely there. So we have a top pocket. I'm going to go through each of these, just a quick overview. Some loops for attaching webbing to, or carabiners, anything additional you want to attach there. You've got your two toggles, you've got your logo on the front of the pack, Abisko Hike 35. Down the left hand side you've got this full length zipper which opens right into the body of the main compartment to give you quick access to layers or whatever you need when you're out and about. You don't have to faff around taking the lid off, you can just zip that down. You've got compression strap there, you've got compression strap that side, and obviously on the other side you've got compression straps with a clever sort of ice axe loop there, and there's a little loop that you can pull out into this pocket. This is like a bellows pocket which opens out much wider to store water bottles, flasks, anything you want to fit in there. On the back we're looking at the fastening. You've got a carrying loop. You can hang your bag up there, let it dry out. It's easy to pick up by that. You've got your adjustment straps for the shoulder straps there, just depending on your back height and your back length. You've got your chest strap with an emergency whistle there which comes in handy for annoying people. You can obviously slide these up and down depending on the length of your chest. It's padded, very well padded here, It's obviously not held off your back at all. Your back is right up against that, but I've never had any problem with sweaty back syndrome, as people sometimes complain about with packs which aren't kept off your back. And then you've got this waist belt, which is quite not massive amount of padding, but it's all you need just to transfer some of the weight of the pack to your hips. You've got a robust buckle there with the Fjallraven logo, and your adjustment toggles. There's plenty of attachment points for carabiners and things like that. You got there again, so you could get, in theory, a couple of carabiners in there. Typical Fjallraven quality, really. All the stitching, if it can focus, is second to none. Like, reinforced massively. There's just flawless. The attention to detail and the quality of their products is second to none. I'm going to have a little look inside the pack now and go through a few more of the features in depth. So let's have a look at this top zipper, little storage compartment. Slide the zipper across and you've got a loop for your keys, anything important that you want to keep on there. That's nicely attached, and it comes with this rain cover, which is a nice feature. Comes in a Fjallraven branded little bag with a Velcro attachment. And then you've got a rain cover for the whole pack, which is just, as you know, it's got the elasticated section on the back, which just pulls over your whole bag. Like I say, you can treat it with the wax, and it does actually come treated, but as an additional level of security, if you want to keep everything super, super dry, you can put this rain cover over. In this nice blue cover as well, blue colour, just to keep all your stuff that much drier. And like I say, on the top of the pack here, you've got two more attachment points. You can put a carabiner on them, or I don't know, if you had a walking pole, you could put a pole down one side just through the top there. So that's that. We're going to open the top part of the pack and let's look what we've got. Again, when you look at the attention to detail and how this pack is made, it's absolutely flawless. We've got another zipper, like an internal security pocket. Again, cards, wallets, documents, anything you want to keep particularly safe in there, whatever, as long as it's not too heavy, you can keep that in the top cover. Now, the top of the pack itself, there's this load securing strap, compression strap, whatever you want to call it. I've just stuffed it with a load of towels and stuff for the purpose of this demonstration to show you. You've got the load securing strap, and then this toggle, which can be fastened and released with one hand. It's great when you've got gloves on. Got your stuff inside there. Like I say, I've got a load of old towels at the moment, so there's no point showing you that, but when you open it up, you've got a loop there for a hydration bladder, which can feed through the other side on the back here, so it's hydration bladder compatible, and it's a 35 litre. It's just the one compartment in there, but that is all you need. Really sort of generous sort of snow valance on the top here. Pull that again one-handed, and that is how easy it fastens. Just clasp that shut, like I say, down the front of the pack. Just bring you down a bit closer. Is this full length zip with a nice zip gate there, just to make sure it's doubly waterproof. You've got your zip all the way down the front, and you've got this massive front compartment as well. Distal storage, jackets, gloves, hat, whatever you want to keep in there, all the way down the front of the pack. And then what I like about it is down the side, you're on a walk, you don't want to get all the contents out. You've got this side zip, which gives you access to everything that's inside the pack, and it's really handy. Again, generous zip gate there, just to secure the top of the zip. No messing around whatsoever. And the little gap there is for your bladder, your hydration bladder to come through. Let's fasten this back up, and we'll have a look at the straps. And we'll quickly look at getting it onto your back and adjusting it, and we'll wrap this one up. So if we just look at these compression straps in a bit more detail, as you would expect, you've got your toggles there. You can undo that. You could have walking poles. Keep your walking poles down here. You've got this handy loop, which will come out of there, twist that around back on itself, and you've got a loop down here which you can pull out for the base of your pole, or you could put a single ice axe there if you so wish. Like I've mentioned on these, the pocket sort of like with a bellows sewn into them. You've got fasten there, but if you've got something particularly wide, you've just got a bit more material just to give you a bit of extra room. If you've got something particularly wide, you probably get, well, I've had a 1 litre walking flask in there. Again, just little bits of attention to detail, obviously part of the Fjallraven branding. Again, if you just look at the stitching, like I've mentioned, it is really, really good. I'll try it, well, I hope that focuses, but I'll show you a bit more of the stitching on the pack as a whole. It's a quality bit of kit, as with all Fjallraven's gear. No, we're not sponsored by them, and I wish I was, but it's really, really top quality stuff. We're looking onto the rear of the pack again. You've got these adjustment straps for your lid. Hopefully that's going to focus there. So if you've got a bit of a higher load there, you can give yourself some slack on that side, on the other, which will just raise the height of the lid and give yourself some additional room if you so require. And again, on the shoulder straps, you can fit them to your back, loose them off at first before you get it onto your back, and then tighten them up. Just reach around, I'll show you how you do that, just to get it fitted for you. Some more potential carabiner looping points on here. I've used it just when we go wild camping. I'll chuck a carabiner there, I'll just hook a bit of a rubbish bag on, and it's the same the other side. Obviously you've got a sliding bit of pipe in here, which you can slide this plastic buckle up and down. Same on the other side, just to get your correct sort of sighting for your chest strap. Again, decent quality buckle, it's not going to break. Really, really well made. You've got an emergency whistle there, which is, it's on most packs nowadays, but it's good just to have. And then your waist belt. Obviously you all know what a waist belt's for, but if you've got a heavy-ish load, it transfers some of the weight to your hips and makes it a little bit more comfortable to carry. Again, I was talking about the attention to detail and the quality of the stitching. It's all really, really well reinforced. Hopefully it's going to focus. It's not. There we go. That's better. So it is really good. Like, the stitching is flawless. There's not a stitch out of place. It's a really well made pack. I've lost count of the amount of times I've said that, but it is. It's one of my favourite packs. I like it because of the old school canvas design. I'm a big fan of that, but I'm just going to show you now, getting the pack on my back, as if I were, you know, I've got my load in here, just what I would do, just to get that on my shoulders, on my back, and make sure it was comfortable. So, if I've got my pack loaded up, I'll just talk you through what I would do. It seems pretty basic, putting a rucksack on, but a lot of people don't know how to adjust them properly. But I'll start with everything, all the toggles, all the straps, put to the longest length. It just makes it a little bit easier to put on, especially if you've got some bulky outer layers and it's carrying a bit of weight. But literally, I'm right-handed. I will always start on the right-hand strap, slinging it over my right-hand shoulder. It's just what I do. But because you've got everything set to the longest length, it just makes it a little bit easier to initially get on your back. So the pack would then be sort of hanging fairly loose. The first thing I do is just bend down just a little bit and pull the toggles on the shoulder straps, just to initially tighten that up until it feels comfortable and it fits the contours of your back. The top ones, which I was talking about, just for pulling these, just again, just hooks it, the top part, a little bit tighter onto your back. And then finally, again, the waist belt is set to its widest setting. I've lost a little bit of weight from years gone by, which isn't a bad thing, but again, fasten that, and then just pulling these equally, and there's nice big straps on here, so there's no messing around. You've got gloves on, a couple of layers, just try and get it equidistant, so you've got the centre clasp right in the centre of your stomach, and that's that. So that, pull it fairly tight, so any weight in that pack would then be transferred directly over your pelvis, and it makes it so much easier to carry. And then finally, what I would do is do the chest strap. Again, just making sure that the padding is as flat as it can, not too tight. You don't want to be cinching this right into the centre of your chest, just so the pack feels comfortable to you. Just double check everything. There's lots of movement with this particular pack. I think it looks great on the back, and again, it's so easy to use, it's stylish, which is, you know, you want your outdoor gear to look good. I think all the Fjallraven stuff looks good in my opinion, but this particular design, I think it's fairly timeless, and I do like the canvas and the material bags as opposed to the sort of synthetic fabrics, so that's great. I think we're going to wrap this one up now. I'll just close over this. Like I say, this time of year, Christmas is coming up, and people are looking for gifts and stuff for loved ones, or you know, you might be treating yourself as well. If you're in the market for a new rucksack, and you want something maybe for day hikes, like I say, I have used it for wild camping. I'll put a link to the video below in which I've used it, and I also do what was in my bag, so you can see all the gear I used on a wild camp coming out of this particular rucksack. But it's really good. You can use it for loads. It doesn't have to be for mountains. It could be for your commute to work, you're taking your stuff for work, school, anything like that, if you so wish. But it's really nice. It'd make a really nice gift. I'd be made up if I got one of these for Christmas. And I think if you look after it, it's so well made. You've seen some of the quality of the stitching. It's great. It's built to last, like the Fjallraven products. I always say, if you look after it, it's a bag for life. Like the Stuben pack I referred to, they're some of my favourite outdoor products. Unfortunately, I'm not rich enough to just keep buying things like this, and purchases of this nature are few and far between. But you know, it doesn't harm every now and again to treat yourself to something special if you're going to get the use and enjoyment out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful to a degree. If you have, let me know in the comments if you've got any questions or you'd like to see anything in particular. Let me know. I'm always happy to throw a quick video together and get it out so you guys can get some of your questions answered. The hat I'm wearing is Fjallraven, and that was a new purchase. It's winter and it needs a new hat because my other one was falling to bits. I'll probably speak about this on a later video, but it's a hat with a peak, and it also pulls down as a balaclava as well, so it's going to come in really handy for sort of wild camping, especially at this time of year. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We're on Facebook, we've got a closed group. Join in, look at some of the product reviews, share some of your pictures and experiences of the great outdoors. We're also on Twitter at MCM Outdoor Show. We have an Instagram feed with lots of different things, including beer. So be sure to check that out as well. We'll see you on the next adventure. We've got lots of bits coming up, and we're getting into winter time, which is the best time of the year. See you on the next video.